What's going on YouTube? Today I'm gonna be showing y'all my steps to a high fade. It's gonna be real nice, simple steps. Anybody can, grasp the concept of. We're only gonna be using, let's say, the one guard, then we're gonna use the half guard, the one guard, and the half guard. So only 3 guards will be needed for this process of this fade. We might throw in a little beard tutorial or whatever, but I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. We're gonna jump straight into the video. Alright y'all, when y'all dealing with a haircut like this, the first thing that you want to do, really with any haircut, is just make sure everything is combed out. Make sure everything is combed out so all the hair is lifted up off the scalp. Even if you're combing it with the grain is going forward like this. Well, with the grain is where the hair naturally tries to go. Against the grain is combing the hair in the opposite way. Against the grain is basically the opposite way of where the hair is trying to grow. Against the grain puts the hair up. With the grain puts the hair back down. But with a comb is different from the brush. A comb is designed, even with the grain, to lift the hair up off of the scalp. So that's what we're going to do. So whenever we cut his hair down, what we're about to do, we're going to use a one guard to cut his hair down to get everything all even, to set a nice foundation so it could complete this cut. Alright, so you can either start off with 2 different types of clippers. I got these. It don't have to be the specific brands, but I got the Wall Seniors and I got these Barbers right here. Barbers. These are more so for beginners, for real. These are like very, very beginners. These will help y'all with keeping the process of not, keeping your guidelines and stuff like that a certain width and a certain length and not fading too high. This is a click lever system. This really helps when maintaining the fade. This right here, they don't have a click lever system. It's all on what's in your mind. It's all a mind concept when it comes to these wall scenes right here. Just because these don't have a click lever system and these do, so it's easy with these. I would say for beginner barbers, and with these, it's just on your own mind. But I like to use a 4-step lever system inside my head. So the 2 that we're going to discuss is all the way open, which leaves the most hair, and all the way closed, which leaves less hair. See how the blade gets shorter? Shorter whenever I close it, that's up. And whenever I open the blade, it leaves more hair, the blade gets longer. So I would imagine 2 levers, boom, 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 in between, all the way open and all the way closed. So I work on a 4-lever system. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to use these today. Whenever we're cutting the hair down, we want to make sure the lever is all the way closed so we can have a nice foundation. Leaving the lever open, then it kind of messes up my fading process. So we're doing it all the way closed, and we're just going to go with the grain. Only because he has waves. And you don't want to you can really seriously mess up somebody's waves if you go against the grain. So we're not going against the grain, and we don't want to be a crown killer. So we're going with the grain. And that's going forward or in the same direction that the hair tries to lace or goes or flow, if you want to say that. So we're gonna do this all around the head and cut it all down. And what you do after you cut it, you want to make sure you comb it again. Just to ensure that all of the hair is getting cut. See, it's still able to cut some more just because we combed it out. Just that tad bit. Just so everything can be nice and flush and even. And we're going to do this all around the head, then we're going to share all our steps for the fading process. Alright, so to begin this thing off, for a high fade, what we're going to do, a low fade, let me just explain a drop fade. Well, a low fade, a drop fade, a mid fade, and a high fade. A drop fade, you will still want to keep the C-cup area right here. So you will take the ball guideline about right here and then curve it way in the back and then make it and drop down. That's a drop fade. A mid fade or a low fade will usually start right here and then just go all the way around the head. Of course, complementing the head shape and everything. A mid fade more so right here, and a high fade you'll probably start a little bit higher right here. So we're gonna do a high fade for beginners. So we're gonna start our guidelines with our faders. We're starting it with our faders because it's easier to take the lines out with our faders than it would be using our trimmers. This first guideline is always the hardest line to take out for every barber in the world. So to ensure that it's not too hard for us to take out, we're just going to use our faders. Of course, below this guideline, we're gonna fade. We're gonna take, because we're gonna do the beard, a little taping for the beard. Everything right here and above, all the way, all this hair that's underneath, we're gonna take that out with our trimmers. And whenever you're making these lines, I do like to work in sections, which will be left side, right side, then making the sections connect in the back. So this is what your first guideline should look like. And I'm keeping it like this only because, you know, his head shape, you gotta look at the head shape and then complement the haircut with the head shape. For this fade, I usually set in my first guideline with the lever all the way open. Every guideline that we're gonna sit in, the lever is gonna be all the way open. And then to share the length with y'all about how much I'm gonna be opening or how thick my guidelines are gonna be, right here on this blade, right here is where we're gonna keep the guidelines, from here to the top of the blade to right here to half of the blade. That's about 1/2 of an inch. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna set in all the guidelines first, and then we're gonna work on fading all of them out. So I like to start them in the middle right here. We're gonna set in our first guideline. Around that much of thickness. Right there. We're gonna use the brush for this side. Matter of fact, we're gonna use the comb, just because the hair is so thick. Just like that. It don't really take too much for real. Now we're gonna go for our one guard. The same exact length or width. Remember, everything is cut down with the one guard. Everything is cut down with the one guard, so when we tend to make our one guard spot, it's really going to be faint. It's going to be the faintest line. Just like that. So as I can see right now, we have 3 lines. One right here, and one right there. And we're going to fade all of this out. To remove the bulk from the top, we're going to use our half guard. Our half guard will be this right here. One of the biggest guard after the one guard. Then for this line right here, we're going to use our one guard. And then for the bottom line, we're going to use our half guard. The smallest guard that we have. So what we're going to do to make it easy, the easiest steps that we can possibly take is start working down so we don't push the fade up too high. So we're going to start with our half guard all the way open. Even though I know this half guard wouldn't remove all the bulk, we're trying to take out this slightest bit of line right there. I'm going to slowly close it until it starts disappearing. And remember, it's not the teeth right here, the comb or the guard that cuts the hair, it's the teeth in between. The teeth of the clipper, or the blades of the clipper that cuts the hair. And as you can see, as simple as that was, that line is already gone. Just like that. Now we're gonna focus on taking out this line right here. Or fading out that one section. What you want to do, you want to start with your one guard all the way open, with the lever all the way open. That leaves the most hair. This guideline was already created. Slowly start closing your lever and working your way down within the fade. And fading down ensures a nicer and cleaner fade. Down one more notch. And as we go down in the fade, we're also closing our lever. And as we go down with our lever, we're also going down in the fade. Same thing. A little bit more. Now I'm at that bottom line. But just this one guard alone will not take that line out. And then while we're here, before we get to the level all the way closed, we're gonna slightly open it halfway or close it halfway, and we're just gonna detail in a 1.5 area. Detailing is basically just using one side of your clipper, whatever one feels comfortable. I'm right-handed, so I will use the right side of my clipper. And we're basically splitting 2 hairs or 3 hairs, 4 hairs into 2, 2 hairs into 1. It's basically just splitting hairs. All the little dark areas inside of the fade, we're just splitting them hairs to individual hairs to make it look cleaner and make the blend look a lot smoother. And that's all it is. That's all detailing is. Now level all the way closed. Now at this point, the lowest point right here, but that's not gonna take that line all the way out. So what we do, we switch to our half guard. We switch to our half guard, and then right here you can see this, and then we have this one section to work out. We take our half guard all the way open, and we start flicking at this line until it disappears. More so with my fading techniques, the half guard, you're not going to use it all the way closed. But we still want to follow the same exact process just to ensure we're getting a nice clean blend. Close it a little bit more. And we're all in this section right here. It's real simple, real easy process. Close it. Not all the way, but a little bit more. And then we're detailing, going halfway. And then wherever we was at with that one guard position, you're gonna start detailing. Every time you detail in one section, you're gonna detail with the guard underneath the guard that you're in the section of. Basically, the 1.5 guard, to detail in the 1.5 guard area, use the 1 guard. To detail in the 1 guard area, use the half guard. And to detail in the half guard area, you want to do it with no guard, with your lever halfway open or all the way open. And as y'all can see, the fade is coming out nice, clean fade, nice and simple steps. Y'all follow these, y'all keep doing these steps, y'all be a dog in about, I'd say about 6 months, 3 months. Y'all may grasp the concept instantly. But really it's all about getting to it, repetition, doing it over and over again. Some may grasp it faster than others, but I have the easiest steps, guaranteed. Now you're gonna do level all the way off, or clipper guard all the way off, level all the way open, and this all right here, we're gonna work our way down. Boom, close it a little bit. Go down in the fade, close it a little bit more. And this is I don't wanna dig all the way into this waves up top, so that's why I'm fading down. That's why fading down is such a nice process. Close the level a little bit more. And eventually you'll get back to where we all started at. The level all the way closed, where we set in our first guideline. And we're just gonna flick out. Or you can detail right there so it don't look like a line. Then level all the way open. Use our corners. And that's really it. A nice clean fade for y'all. Now I'm going to finish the whole entire fade. Do his beard and everything. And then at the end, I'm going to keep a little bit of this hair right here. Just for the fade. For the beard. But you just want to remove all of this hair. And when you remove all of this hair, that's when you're actually going to see the fade come all the way together. So y'all, this is the haircut right here. A nice clean blend. But if y'all want more videos like this, y'all can give me suggestions in the comment section. And y'all make sure y'all follow me on Instagram and make sure y'all subscribe. And that's about it. Oh, it's H-Robbie. If you're not handling your business, then what you're doing. And we out.